Millennial Incantations.
Now that I've gotten rid of my disgusting hangnail, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
I'm Siren.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm David.
And today you're watching Millennial Incantations.
Today we're going to be talking about Wicca.
What the hell is Wicca?
That's my question.
Well, let me just tell ya, it is a religion that was popularized in the 1950s.
In this video today, we're going to be briefly outlining some of the main topics of Wicca. This should not at all be seen as a full and detailed account of the religion, because that would take, like, forever.
Seriously.
Nobody got time for that.
We're also not going to be discussing witchcraft as a generalization or paganism as a whole. This is just going to be reflecting the topics covered in Wicca.
Just Wiccans, girl.
Just them.
Some of you Wiccans out there might not necessarily agree with what we're going to say. You might do things differently, and that's okay. Because, you know, you can Wicca however you wanna.
Today we are going to be covering a lot of topics in a very, very, very quick manner. So if you want, grab a pen and a piece of paper because you will be tested on this later.
And you better remember it, girl.
You better. And if you don't feel like taking notes, you could just watch this video literally a million times.
Oh, even better, get my
That's such
views
a
up,
good
girl.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Get my views up.
So let's get this show on the road.
Yes, let's do it.
Can you not?
Ever.
Aww. The first topic we're going to cover today is magic.
Magic is the ability to create change in the world around you through just the force of your will.
It's a central Wiccan belief that magic is real and that you can do it.
And magic is just the change that you want to see in the world. And there's only one rule that Wiccans follow with this, which is the Wiccan Rede. And all that says is, and it harm none, do what ye will.
The Wiccan Rede is basically Wicca's version of the Golden Rule, a concept that appears in almost every major world religion. It's a basic moral guidepost on how you should treat other living creatures.
The Wiccan Rede constantly reminds us that we should be living in peace and harmony with the world around us.
The Wiccan Rede ties into the concept of karma, which is a philosophy that Wicca has borrowed from a lot of Eastern religions that basically says what you send out will come back to you.
It's a fundamental law of reciprocation of energy. Whatever you put out into the universe will come back to you. It may be transformed, it may be changed, and you won't know what's going to happen, but it will come back to you. It will.
Wiccans believe in the threefold law. So essentially anything you put out into the universe comes back to you 3 times over.
Bam, bam, bam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Another concept that Wiccans have borrowed from Eastern religions is the idea of reincarnation, which is the belief that after you die, instead of staying dead forever, you come back to life, or are reborn, rather. Not like resurrected, that would be weird.
In Wiccan belief, death is not the end, and it's not something to be feared. Death is a natural part of life, but it is not the end of you. It is the transformation of you.
And a lot of people who are considering Wicca want to know what happens after life. And we don't believe in hell or a devil or any being that punishes you after your life is over. What we believe in is a place called Summerland, which is essentially just a way station between your past life and your future life. And what you do when you get there is you take stock of everything that happened therein with our deities, which are the Mother Goddess and Father God.
The divinity is seen as both male and female, which is very important. Both deities have equal presence and equal power and ability within our world, and that is such a special and unique concept.
Every god and goddess that humanity has worshipped throughout time is seen as a reflection of the Mother God and Father Goddess of Wicca, a face that they wear to be more relatable to humanity. Wiccans worship the god and the goddess at 8 historic holidays, which grouped together are called the Wheel of the Year.
And these holidays are Samhain, Yule, Imbolc, Ostara, Beltane, Litha, Lammas, and Mabon.
These holidays are considered solar holidays because they follow the seasons, and another kind of special celebration that Wiccans have revolves around the moon. We call that an S-spot, where we celebrate the full moon in all its beautiful silver dollar pancake glory.
And as the sun traditionally represents the god, the moon is the physical representation of the goddess.
Full moon S-spots are seen as times for the coven to gather, worship the Mother Goddess, and cast spells or ask for divine aid in obtaining things that they want and need.
Generally, at the beginning of any of these celebrations, the first thing that a Wiccan would do would be to cast a magic circle, which is like calling up your temple.
And the reason why you'll want to do this first is because it's going to be your circle of protection, guarding you and yours.
Wiccans believe that the world around you and everything in it is already inherently magical. It's only up to you to choose the time and place to cast your magic circle and access this magic.
Right after you cast the magic circle, the next thing you're going to want to do is call the 5 elements, which are earth, air, fire, and water. And spirit.
That was beautifully paced. Oh my god, that was perfection.
The philosophy of the 5 elements dates all the way back to ancient Greece, but it is so powerful that it has survived well into the current era and is now used by modern Wiccans.
These elements represent different energies and thoughts that we call to the circle. That way we have access to all different kinds of perception and feeling and thinking.
The 5 elements are commonly represented by the symbol known as the pentacle. The pentacle is a 5-pointed star with a circle around it. Each of the points of the star represent one of the elements, and the circle binds them together in unity.
Circle with a star around it. The pentacle is traditionally the symbol that represents Wicca.
In this way, all of these elements bound within the circle of unity and balance kind of creates the entire picture of the human experience. Everything coming together and everything working in unison.
And another way that Wiccans keep record of their experiences is through a book of shadows, which is a manifesto of all of your experiences and journeys that you have through the craft.
There's no one central book that all Wiccans adhere to, nothing like the Bible or the Quran. It's part of Wicca for every practitioner to create their own book of shadows that documents, first of all, the great ideas of the Wiccans who came before them, but also their own wondrous thoughts and experiences.
Wondrous. Eons and eons ago, back in the Dark Ages. I know. A prominent Wiccan figure named Lady Sheba.
Ugh.
She wanted to organize all of Wiccan thought. She wanted to collect all of the books of shadows from every Wiccan and create a master book of shadows, which she would edit and distribute. She presented this idea to the world at large, and the Wiccans of the world screamed a resounding, nah.
Absolutely not.
No thanks.
Sorry, not sorry.
And we're glad.
So this brings us to our final point, sex.
Yeah.
Knocking boots.
Banging.
Doing it.
Horizontal monster mash.
Ugh.
The old bumpin' uglies.
That's ugly. Wicca is a sex-positive religion, and what sex-positive means is that there's no shame or fear or angst attached to sexuality. Sexuality is a natural part of the human experience, and it should be honored.
Embracing your sexuality should provide you strength in your life. Really taking charge and finding power through your pleasure.
And as it says in the Church of the Goddess, all acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. So no matter who you love or how you love them, as long as you're giving light to the world, that's all that matters.
Yes!
Yes!
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh my god, you know so much now.
Yes!
Look at how well informed you are.
Seriously. So like we said before, this is not at all a full or detailed account of Wicca. We do expect to do videos on all of these topics, delving into them more fully. And as we do so, we will add them to the description of this video.
And in the meantime, we'd like to continue this conversation. So if you would please just leave us a little comment, slide into our DMs. You know how we love that.
Heck
Slide in there.
Oh yeah.
And as always, don't forget to ring that bell, BB.
Did somebody say, ring it? Aww.
No.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Also like and subscribe.
That silver dollar pancake ass moon.
That flat ass moon.
That flat ass moon in the sky.
That frisbee ass white ass moon up there.
Just glowing.
Yeah,
Being all bright and pretty.
like she knows something.
At night.
Like she knows everything, because
Like-
she does.
Like she's light at night.
Really
What?
full of herself.
She's beautiful though.
She sure is pretty.
Yeah, we like her.
Pancake ass. Love you.
Beautiful.
That's the ending, man.